everybody. I'm Alexander Fernandez, CEO and co-founder of Streamline Studios and Streamline Media Group. Today, we are on episode 2 of Delivering the Promise, effectively a show that focuses on what it takes to build video games, to have a successful career in video games, and of course, how to actually go about surviving this industry. Today, I have a special guest, Yaji. How you doing, Yaji?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Hi, everyone. My name is Yaji. I'm the Global Director at Streamline for client engagement and delivery.
So, Yaji, you've been at Streamline for how many years?
I did 10 years last September.
Oh, man. You survived 10 years in video games.
10 years.
Wow. Is that like a prison sentence or what? It's like 10 years.
Served 10 years.
I know. You've committed for 10 years. That's a long time, especially in the video games industry.
Yeah.
So how did you survive the games industry? Let me just put it that way.
Well, I didn't intend to stay for 10 years. That's for sure. A little bit of background. I'm not originally from games. I studied biomedical sciences. Mm-hmm. I had a friend who happened to work in games industry who said, hey, they're looking for a talent who knows how to speak Korean and English. Are you interested? And I said, why not? And that turned into 10 years.
So you came in to speak, to be a Korean translator, and you ended up becoming the director of delivery and customer engagements. Wow.
So it happens, yes.
Quite a career.
Quite a career, and a lot of learning and along the way. I did have the opportunity to touch a lot of different things along the way, I think, which really helped in terms of understanding the company, the operations, and just the whole industry from the high level.
Okay, so let's talk about this. What exactly is delivery and customer engagement? Because that sounds like it's a mouthful. Can you break down what that is?
Okay, so first, delivery, right? At the end of the day, our job is to deliver good products to whether it's consumers playing our games or to the clients who come to us, partners who come to us asking for support in helping them create fun games for their customers.
Okay, so then if you break that down, is that it sounds like a production style job. So how production oriented is delivery? Because it sounds like the actual work you do.
Yeah, so I like to say my job is more like orchestration, kind of bridging the gap between what the mastery of experts who are engineers, artists, who are really good at what they do, and translating that and bridging the gap between what the clients and the partners are looking for, or what the producers or what the intended audience of the game is looking for. So it's managing budgets, because let's be real, we're making games, but it also has real money attached to it, oftentimes very high budgets attached to it. So it's important we manage the budget, resources, making sure that, that mastery translates into actual final product without all the bullshit in between.
Yeah. So that sounds like, from biosciences to effectively running schedules, people, money, customers, and then being able to organize that around the world. And you're based in Malaysia.
Yes.
How does that work? How does that happen?
It actually works really well. I like to think of Malaysia as a global south, the hub of the global south.
Yeah.
We have access to talents from Latin America across the time zone. We also have access to people, customers in Japan, Korea, who are in the same time zone.
Right.
And we have a tool internally that's called StreamFrame, which really helps us, regardless of time zone, communicate and create transparency across different parties, so that no matter whether you're in the United States, you just click on the platform and you can see, okay, what's happened in the last 24 hours that I need to be aware of.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So for our audience, who are basically people that are interested in how video games are made, perhaps are basically people looking to find co-development, to find people who know how to make game development, what exactly do they need to know in order to actually have a successful project executed by people they've never met before?
That's true. That is very true. And I think a lot of people, when they say, I need co-development, I think they don't fully understand what that means.
Yeah.
It's like a relationship. We like to say we bring our hearts, minds, and hands into any partnership and collaborations that we work with our clients. And that means we don't just want someone who depends on your mind's,
Yeah.
your vision, your brain capabilities to be able to do the work. You don't want someone who is just waiting for instructions, because then when you're out or when you're sleeping, things halt, things
Yeah.
get confused,
Yeah.
chaotic. But when you have someone who's equally attached, equally bought in to your product, who understands what you're trying to do, who actually cares, then that process is made a whole lot easier. So when you say you're looking for a co-development partner, you want to look for someone who's bought into your product,
Right.
who understands where you're trying to go to.
Okay.
But for the other partner to be able to do that, you also have to be open to communicating. It's like a relation. I keep coming back to this.
Yeah,
But
come
it's
back
like
to
a
relationship.
relationship,
Yeah.
right? If you have a significant other or partner, and you know what they're trying to do, let's say they're trying to be healthier, and you know that their fridge is full of unhealthy stuff, you would tell them. You wouldn't want someone to tell them like, "Hey, I know you can do better. Let's try to swap this out."
Right.
The same for us. We're not going to keep quiet when we look at your build, your engine, and if we see if there's areas of improvement, like, "Hey, I know you're aiming for AAA.
Yeah.
This workflow is not that. How do we get it
Triple
there?"
F.
Well,
Yeah.
how do we get it there?
Yeah.
So you need to be ready to have that conversation. And I think that starts, because we're humans, when you're not threatened by the presence of the other person or the
100%.
team who's trying to help you.
So then let me ask you, in co-development, because co-development, for Streamline, co-development is game development.
Yes.
And Streamline are game developers.
Yes.
Streamline's 25 years of game development comes from game development. So
Yes.
we are people who
can't fit that.
No, yeah. What do you mean? It's like this. So as someone who came from biosciences and came into game development, what was the crazy part of it? Was it hard? I mean, like, you didn't study it. So how did you pick up on it?
It was a lot of shadowing. I think curiosity takes a big part. Just understanding, like, how does this get made? How does this art or beautiful codes come together? And trying to help, because a lot of the work we do, it's very focused. They have their expertise in their own fields, but very often they don't understand each other and what they're trying to do. So I think the benefit that I had coming from an outsider who wasn't attached to one particular field, like I didn't have an art background or engineering background, so I was able to look at it from the outside and say, okay, I can understand what you're trying to do. I can also understand what you're trying to do, and remind people, like, this is where we're trying to get to, and you're saying the same thing.
So you basically bridge the differences between capabilities
and understanding.
Okay. So and that's what you need to be a co-developer.
Exactly.
You have to understand what the teams are trying to accomplish based on the product vision, based on the capability and competency, and then put them together.
Exactly. And there's something that we like to say internally is when we hire, when we train, and just every day, you can't just be whatever, like artist, engineer. It doesn't work that way. Especially when you're trying to make high quality games with small team, core team.
Right.
You need to be able to wear multiple hats, trying to understand the full pipeline, because what you do here affects the other person.
Right.
So unless you're willing to say, oh, I'm an artist, but I also want to understand the tech workflow and the pipeline, so that what I do benefits the game and not myself. I think that's a key difference between being a game developer and just whatever, like artist, engineer.
Okay, so let's focus in on a little bit more. So we know that Streamline is filled with game developers, and game development is the legacy of this company. But Streamline also does other things like art, QA, QC, localization. How does that fit into the picture?
I think a lot of the discipline gets formatted through what you just mentioned, QA, QC, project management. A lot of what they do is ensuring that the mastery that gets created is able to get translated without friction.
Right.
We like to do QA from the very start, making sure that no one gets pigeonholed into one path, making sure that whatever you produce can be integrated into the engine
Right.
without breaking other things. And, just creating art that is optimized and for the game rather than just having one masterpiece. That's not the point.
Right. Okay. So then, in your storied career, 10 years, what was your favorite project
Oof.
or projects? I mean, can you choose amongst your children?
It is hard. It is like choosing amongst your children, but I think your first child maybe is a little bit more special. Maybe also because I'm a first child.
Oh, it's okay. No bias. No bias.
bias.
Okay. Yeah.
But Street Fighter. That's the first IP that I was
Street Fighter
working-
5, right?
Street Fighter 5.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's true, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But that's when I got to firsthand understand how large scale content making gets made.
Yeah.
Before live ops was a thing, they were already pushing
Yeah, they were
out
doing it.
contents like
Yeah.
crazy every year for their fans. And I got to be in the middle of that workflow, orchestrating it, making sure that we're creating content. Like we were creating content at some point, like a year or two out before they were coming out.
Completely.
That's how efficient the workflow got to be in the end.
Yeah. So let me ask you, like managing such large content pipelines and workflows and looking at orchestration, you mentioned that there's this tool called StreamFrame at Streamline. What is that? I mean, is that like
A
is that
lifesaver.
Jira? Like,
Lifesaver.
Okay. Tell what is StreamFrame for you?
StreamFrame is just a frame of mind. It puts you in a frame of mind that allows you to focus on what you do best
Right.
without getting in the way of other people. It sets workflow, it has approvals, clear feedback tracking, schedule tracking, so that, each part can do their parts without worrying about, is this the right way forward? It also creates one source of truth
Yeah.
that we can always reliably go into, whether you're a partner or an artist working on the project. You can always go there to look for information, whether it's your deadlines, progress, and just communicating with others to see if you're on track.
Okay. So for people out there that are thinking, I want to do co-development, first off, how do they do it? Because a lot of people don't know. They don't. They're the next company that wants to be, the Expedition 33 guys. I want to have 10 people and 33 people and a bunch of other people. How does it work?
Again, developer first.
Okay.
You need to know how to make games.
Okay.
We make games. We also publish games. So I think that's our advantage.
Right.
Because we have the understanding of the full workflow. So a lot of the times our partners, we're able to help them on a deeper level.
Right.
Because we understand the full end goal, whether it's compliance, certification, just things that come in the end as usually as oh shit moment. Because we have the end goal in mind, we're able to kind of advise them throughout the way with that in mind.
Okay.
So I guess being a developer first.
Okay.
If you're looking for someone to help you with co-development,
Absolutely.
come to us.
Okay. Well, obviously, self-serving,
Yes,
but
self-serving.
okay, I'll come to Streamline.
Or look for someone who understands full game.
Okay, let's
pipeline.
zoom in on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need someone to help me.
Yeah.
What 3 criteria? What am I looking at?
Again, development expertise.
Right.
I would also say infrastructure and process maturity. Do they have tools, processes that goes beyond emails and Excels that will protect your sanity?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Actually, very true. Actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think a lot of the tools that are standard in the industry is also not made specifically for games.
It's a very good
Slack,
point.
Teams. We try to make it work, but oftentimes it just doesn't feel right. So we end up using a lot of different things, like Jira, Slack, Teams. So someone who has experience building out good processes and tools is the second criteria. Third criteria, I would say someone who really cares about making video games. I think a lot of tourists came in during COVID time. A lot of them have left, I think, who came in just for the money. Unfortunately, we're making toys
Yeah.
for rich people usually who can afford the
who can
games.
afford a toy, a distraction.
Distraction, yeah, entertainment.
Yeah.
So you really need that passion to be able to go through the ups and downs together with you. Because no matter how much you plan, no matter how good your tools are, there will be moments where you have to
The up and down of
up
development.
and down of development.
So that's a great way to segue into what does it take? Because I think it's, obviously people out there, maybe some of you that are listening right now, there's a beautiful, games, it's passion, it's amazing. I'll do this for the rest of my life. Maybe. But let me ask you, what does it really take to be a game developer? What does it take to actually survive in the video games industry?
It takes a lot of hours, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
A lot of passion, and just resilience. Because things will not go your way.
Yeah.
And if everything's going your way, you should be like, it's something wrong.
Yeah.
It's like
It's too
something is wrong.
perfect.
It's too
Yeah.
perfect. Because I think truly good games and products get made when everyone's fighting for their best within their
Yeah.
area of expertise.
Right.
When an artist is super happy, that means, like engineer somewhere is suffering.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. When the game runs perfectly, is optimized, perfect, then, you're probably sacrificing a lot on your art side, visual side. So only when everything, budget, not only on the monetary side, but on the game performance side, when everything, for it to be balanced, you have to push. And that means you're going to run into a lot of passionate people who have very passionate opinions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need to be able to rough it out
Yeah.
and remember what you're doing it for. Because in the end, I like to say my allegiance is not with one person or whatever, it's with the final product that I'm working for. And I think that becomes like a good North Star for you to aim for and work with. Like even with your partners, your job is not to make the other client happy
Yeah.
or that person that you're working with happy. Usually when that happens, something fails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Trying to please someone doesn't please anyone.
exactly. So understanding that it's your job is not to get loved, that you might receive hate at some point because we're all very passionate and very
Yeah.
emotional. But just remembering why you're doing it for,
Yeah.
and just seeing the final product that goes out. I think.
So part of delivering the promise is also a little bit of looking into why people do what they do, the people behind the work.
That's true.
So I want to ask you a question. The same what it takes to actually be a game developer. How have you managed to basically stay in this game as a person? Like, it doesn't sound like it's been easy. It sounds, in fact, quite chaotic at times.
Yeah.
So how do you go through this? Because, in the end, you have a bunch of people looking up to you, depending on you. You have your customer, you have your team. How do you deal?
I jokingly say my parents gave me the curse of work ethics.
Congratulations. Good job, Mom
yes.
and Dad. Thank you.
So
Very good.
I do work hard. Again, just remembering what I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
But also just working with a team who's aligned with what you're looking for and knowing that you don't want to let them down.
Yeah. No, that's
But,
guilt. So that's, yeah.
and also, like, for me, like, this whole operation is really fascinating to me. Understanding, because there's a lot of different parts. People say video games, but at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah.
So there's talent, there's capital that you have to manage. There's also processes and just realities of locations and time zones. Just seeing how that all comes together and how that translates into companies' revenues, profits, and just into products. That for me is just really fascinating to learn. And I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to kind of observe that and get my hands wet in different parts of the organization. I did marketing, sales, recruitment. So all of that for me is just really valuable knowledge that makes me be able to work as a better teammate.
Right. So let me ask you, what does delivering the promise mean to you?
I think it means doing what it takes to deliver what you said you would do, regardless of your current feelings, emotions, situations.
Oh, wow. Sounds like a mature adult.
Yeah.
What a concept.
Yeah.
And I guess my last question to you would be is, why should clients come to you? Why come to Streamline? There's thousands of businesses out there.
That is true.
Why Streamline?
That is true. If you're looking for maturity of process, so tools like StreamFrame, someone who's done it thousands of times over hundreds of titles, looking for someone who has just vantage point, because a lot of the developers I notice is they get very focused in their title or their genre or specialty. What we have the benefit of is we've seen it all. So we're able to kind of advise them from different perspectives. So yeah.
Okay.
25 years of experience.
25 years. You
If
can't
anything,
fake
you
it,
should
yeah?
come to us for that.
No, I appreciate your time, Yaji. Thank you for coming on the show. And everyone, we hope that you enjoyed this show. There's going to be more coming down the pipeline. As always, if you're looking for assistance, you need help, co-development, game development, publishing, you're looking for people who understand the Global South and actually deliver the promise on what they say they're going to do, please do reach out. And we look forward to seeing you in the next show. Thanks for watching.